Okay, I'm gonna put your answers here of your study guide and test tomorrow. And so check your work here, and that way you've got correct answers. Hopefully these, starting to make sense, especially where we keep using percents still, so that it kind of all goes back to that. But make sure you're setting up the favorable over possible, and that's the key to these. So we're also going to round these to the nearest tenth when necessary. Sometimes you don't need to, but we'll do that if we need to, okay? So on a regular six-sided dice, rolling a 4, that's a 1 out of 6. So 1 divided by 6. Okay, and we'll always put this in here. And you get rounded to the nearest tenth. You move this twice, it's going to be 16.7%. Okay, 16.7. Number 2, rolling a 5 and a 6 on one roll. Okay, that's impossible. You can't roll two numbers, and that's why the word and is a big difference there. You can't roll two numbers on the same roll, so that's a 0% chance. Okay. Rolling an odd or even. Well, that means every single number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, would work, because it's either odd or even. So that's 100% chance. Snuck that one in on you guys there. And that's a possibility. If it's 6 out of 6, right? 6 favorable out of 6 possible. So that's going to be 6 divided by 6 is 1, which is 100%. Okay. Rolling a 5 or a 6. Okay. And that word or means that it is possible you can arrive a 5 or a 6. That's 2 favorable over 6 possible. So we're going to do 2 divided by 6. And it's a 33%, 33.3 rounded to the nearest tenth. So 33.3% chance of rolling a 5 or 6. Okay? Consecutive rolls, that's rolling 2 rolls. And so this goes into where we start multiplying the two fractions. Okay, so number 5 is rolling a 2, so that's a 1 out of 6. And then rolling a 3, which is also a 1 out of 6. And you multiply those. And 1 times 1 is 1. Make sure that's not 2. You're not adding them. You're multiplying them. And 6 times 6 is 36. So now we do 1 divided by 36. Which is, move the decimal twice, 2.8%. Round that up because that's a 7. So 2.8%. Okay, very small chance. Number 6, rolling an odd, then rolling an even. Now that's a little bit different than, the one we did that was 100%, because you're going to roll an odd the first time, which is a 3 out of 6, because there's 3 odd numbers. And then rolling an even, which is also a 3 out of 6, and you're going to multiply these. So 3 times 3 is 9, 6 times 6 is 36, and then you divide 9 by 36, which it should be 25%. 25%. Okay. Okay, then we get to drawing of the cards. Okay. So this is now just drawing a deck of cards, drawing a card out of a deck of cards. There's 52 cards. And so we'll go through these, drawing a 6 of hearts. Okay, there's only one 6 of heart. So that means you've got a 1 out of 52 chance of drawing that 6 of hearts. And we've done one like this, but let's check it. 1 divided by 52 is, move the decimal twice, 1.9%. It stays a 9 because that's a 2. So 1.9%. Oops. Number 8 is drawing an 8. Now there's 4 8s. Okay. Because it's not a specific 8. It's not like the 6 of heart ones. It's any 8. So that's 4 out of 52. Which is a 7.7%. 7.7. Number 9, drawing a diamond. 13 out of 52. Okay, there's 13 diamonds. which means that's a 25%, 1/4. Okay. Drawing an even number card. Now, I had a couple questions about this, and I apologize. It was my mistake. I just wanted to say, basically, your chances of drawing an even number, and I didn't want you to include any face cards, like thinking maybe a king was a 10 or a king was a 12 or something like that. So just the numbers, and also like not an ace is not included. So just talking about 2, 4, 6, 8s, and 10s. Okay. So it's a challenge, but basically all the 2s, there's 4 2s, okay? There's 4 4s, there's 4 6s, there's 4 8s, and there's 4 10s. So that's all your favorable ones. There's 4 of each. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there is 8, 12, 16, 20 favorable outcomes out of 52 cards, okay? So let's do 20 divided by 52. And don't stress about that one. I'll make sure I'm more clear on the test if there's something like that. We'll move this over, and it's 38.5%. That goes up to a 5. So 38.5%. So if you got that one, good job. If not, like I said, don't worry about it. I'll be more clear. But that's what I was meaning, just 2, 4, 6, 8, 10s. So there's 4 of each of those. Okay, then we get into consecutive cards. So once again, doing the multiplication. And on what's different about these is than a dice is it matters whether you put the card back or not. Okay, that changes both the outcomes. So make sure you look and see if you put it back or not. Drawing a 6, putting it back, and then drawing a 7. So 1 out of 52 times a 1 out of 52. Okay, and so we got to do a quick math thing here. 52 times 52 is 1 out of 2,704. It's going to be really small. Hopefully, we can fit it in the 10th percent. If not, we'll look and see. 1 divided by 2,704 equals, okay, move it twice. So it didn't even register as a 10th of a percent. So, if you put just a couple things here, I'm not going to mark necessarily wrong on the rounding. I do want you to round, makes it easier, and it's good practice, but you've got a couple. Let's write this and show what I mean. So we got 0.00036,982. Okay. So when I move the decimal twice, I'm left with 0.03%, which is less than even a 10th of a percent. So if you wrote that, or if you rounded it up to 0.04, or if you even left it as 0.0, kind of indicating that didn't even go up to a 10th, I'm going to be flexible on that, but that's the 10th percent. We didn't even get to a 10th of a percent. Okay. But that's 0.0368, percent, so on. Okay. That one was really small. I doubt there'll be one that small. Drawing a king, not putting it back, then drawing a 3. So you got a 4 out of 52, but then you didn't put it back, so now there's only 51 cards, and you want to draw a 3, which there's 4 of those still. So you're going to get a 16 out of 2,652. Okay. Okay, so 0.6%. Okay, because you move it twice, and that one is, so 0.6%. Okay, and it stays a 6 because the number after is a 0. Drawing a heart, so that's a 13 out of 52. Putting it back, and then drawing a red card. Now, that's important because that's one of the red cards, but you put it back in, and so now you want to draw a red card, and there's still 52 cards because you put it back in. There's 26 red cards. Half of them are red. So now we're going to do the 52 times 52 is 2,704. And 13 times 26 is 338. Okay. 338 divided by 2,704 is, move it twice, 12.5%. Okay. So you got a chance, because those are such good possibilities, especially the second one. Okay, because you got, almost half, you got half on the second one. Okay, drawing a spade, so that's a 13 out of 52. Not putting it back, so now there's only 51. And then drawing a black card. Now, there was 26 black cards, but because you didn't put that spade back in, there's now only 25 black cards, because the spade is a black card. Okay, so this was 2,652. So it's just being careful with your numbers here. And then 13 times 25 is 325. So 325 divided by 2,652, and you get a 12.3% chance. Okay, it's a little bit less than 12.5, not much, but because you didn't put that card back in, it affects it. So 12.3. Okay, and then you've got the marble ones. Okay, so these also matter whether you're putting them in or not. First, let's look and see how many marbles we have. We have 11, 14, 20 marbles. And so we want to draw a blue marble. There's 6 blue, so 6 out of 20. Okay, so we're going to divide 6 by 20. And it's a 30% chance. Well, that's not right. Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, I was going the other way. Sorry. 30%. Okay, drawing a red marble. So that's a 5 out of 20. Putting it back. So we're going to have another draw, and there's still 20 marbles. And drawing a yellow, which is 6. Okay, so now we've got 30. 5 times 6 is 30. And then over 400. And we're going to take 30 divided by 400. And it's a 7.5% chance. Okay. Drawing a blue marble, that was a 6 out of 20. Putting it back, so there's still 20. And drawing another blue, and there's still the blue one. You put it back. So you get 36 over 400. Okay. So this will be a little bit higher. 36 divided by 400 is a 9% chance. Okay. And then the last one was drawing a green, which is a 3 out of 20. Not putting it back, so now there's only 19, and drawing another green, but there's only 2 green because you didn't put that other green one back in. So this is going to be 380. Okay, so 6 divided by 380 is, let's see, this, I think I hit. It's a problem with using a calculator, especially when you're having to stare through a screen. So move it twice, you got a 1.6% chance. So very small chance of that, because there was very few green marbles. Anyway, it all boils down to just making sure you put the right favorable over the right probable, and just being careful with your numbers, and then doing the division from there. All right, thanks, guys.